Junkies. We're here with Caleb Archer, rising up-and-coming star out of Florida. Caleb, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? What's your record? What gym are you fighting out of?
My record right now is 5-1, fighting out of American Top Team Coconut Creek.
If you had to describe your style, what would you call it?
I'm definitely a Muay Thai-based style. I definitely always try to come out for the knockout, punches, kicks, elbows, and knees. I'm second best probably at jiu-jitsu, so I'm mostly a Muay Thai jiu-jitsu fighter. I could definitely submit a person, but I'm looking for the knockout. I feel like it's the most exciting. It gives me the most joy, the most glory, and I feel like people like to watch it the most. You know what I'm saying?
We talked to Blake Bowman before in a different interview, and he mentioned to us that you're seeing a lot more guys now fighting just for the win, fighting for the clock.
Yeah.
Is that a little bit like what you're talking about? You want to do something a little different than that?
Yeah, man. My last fight, I fought another guy who with good striking and not really any ground game, but I wasn't trying to beat him on the ground, man. I was trying to beat him on the feet. I'm supposed to rematch him, It's not set up when I'm gonna rematch him, but it's hopefully gonna happen. And when it happens, I want to knock him out. You know what I mean? That's how I want to get my wins in.
Now, I know you went out recently for the Ultimate Fighter tryouts. You want to tell us a little bit about your experience, what you learned from it, and what you might do differently going forward?
Yeah, I went to the tryouts. They went real well. I got past the grappling portion, and then I got past the striking portion. Then we went to the interview. When they were interviewing me, man, they were eating their lunch and not really paying attention to me. It really threw me off. I'd finished answering a question and even add in a little something extra, and they had their mouth full of food and have to swallow the food before they talk back to me. It happens. You know what I'm saying? I definitely a learning experience. I guess I got through to the end, which showed me that my skill set is there to get through to the end. Which I was happy about. Wish I could have done a little more on the interview. Wish I could have just been a little more prepared in my mind. If I knew that or thought about that there's a possibility that they wouldn't be giving me the feedback that I expected, then I might have been able to hold it down. You know what I mean?
What would you recommend to a young fighter going in for the Ultimate Fighter tryouts so they could go in there and nail it?
Well, wow, young fighter going into the Ultimate Fighter tryouts. First portion, grappling. Just try to move as much as you can. If you feel like you could beat your opponent by holding him down, don't do that. That's not what they want to see. They want to see movement and excitement. Try to move around as much as you can. On the pads, speed and power. Speed and power. Try maybe even try to be a little flashy. Just have a certain presence. You know what I'm saying? If you even before you throw your strikes, if you have a certain presence, makes everybody in the room feel like you're a good fighter. You know what I mean?
Now, having watched you trained, I know that you're one of the more stylized fighters coming out of American Top Team. And I get the feeling you're not really one that wants to necessarily the limelight or the interviews. You really just want to get down and fight. Am I accurate about that?
Yeah, man. That's what I'm training for, right? That's what we come here to do. We come here to fight. And that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I want to get in there and bang.
We like to help the fighters, especially young up-and-coming fighters like yourself, build a fan base. So where do you see yourself in the next couple of years? What are your goals, and where would you like your fans to watch you get to?
Next couple of years, man. In the next couple of years, I got to be fighting in some type of a big show, whether it's Bellator, Strikeforce, UFC. If I go over to Japan and fight, the next couple of years, I need to get into a big show for sure. And wherever that's at, man, I hope I get some fans and that everybody's over there watching me. You know what I'm saying? For sure. That's what I do it for. You know what I'm saying? Do it to be watched.
Let me ask you a question. George St. Pierre is going to fight against Nick Diaz. What are your opinions? Who do you think is going to win? Coming from a professional fighter standpoint, how do you see the fight going?
Wow. George St. Pierre and Nick Diaz. That has got to be fight of the decade right there, man. That's fireworks could fly there for sure, man. That's a fight I'm extremely, extremely excited to see. I'm a big fan of both of them. The guy who taught me Thai boxing before I came down to American Top Team, Phil Nurse, he's now GSP's coach. So I got a lot of pride when I watch GSP. He does a lot of things that I've been doing like since I'm a teenager, and he does them on the screen and they work, and it gets me real excited. At the same time, man, I'm a big Diaz fan. I love his heart. I love how he's one of the few MMA fighters to throw a lot of body punches. You know, obviously he proved just a little while ago against Paul Daly that he could take a punch too. You know, he's got the amazing jiu-jitsu. GSP though, you never really know. You never really know what he can whip out. You know, he has such a unflashy style, you know, that sometimes you expect him, or people, not me, but other people expect him not to be able to do very well against an opponent, and he exploits that opponent, you know. Obviously, everybody knows he has great wrestling. There's no way that he won't take down Nick Diaz at some point, but, you know, I'm excited to see what he's going to be able to do once he takes him down, you know, or what's going to happen once he takes him down.
If you have money on the fight, who do you put it on?
I can't say, man. I really can't say. Like I said, it's so unpredictable. I know George St. Pierre has my old Thai boxing coach, Phil Nurse, behind him, who is the king of figuring out a tricky little move to do that'll catch anybody. You know, that famous flying punch GSP does with the low kick afterwards. That's a Phil Nurse move I've known for a long time, you know what I mean? And I know when you master a move like that, it just lands, and that's it, you know? And Phil Nurse might be able to figure out the perfect little thing to do for Nick Diaz, and they might go over it and learn it well enough for GSP to knock Diaz out, you know?
Now, I know American Top Team is considered the mecca to most professional fighters, and that's why we see this overwhelming amount of talent in Florida. Let me ask you a question. Where are you from originally, Caleb?
I'm from New York, Manhattan. Upper West Side of Manhattan, and I represent it all day of every day.
Is there anything you want to say to your fans in Florida and back home?
Watch me fight. I will try to knock everyone out for you, and I hope you enjoy it.
Cage Junkies, we're here with Caleb Archer. Thank you, Caleb, and we look forward to following your career.